My guest is here, Josh Bernstein. Josh is a return guest. We've had him several times. He's a talk show host. He's author of Preserving Liberty, Bold and Brave Solutions to Save America and Create Permanent Freedom. His website is jbushow.com. jbushow.com. Josh Bernstein, welcome to the show. How are you?
It's great to be back on the program with you.
What does JBU stand for? Obviously, JB is for Josh Bernstein. What's the U?
Uncensored, baby. Josh Bernstein, Uncensored Show.com. And I started doing that once they threw me off of all of social media. It was a way to kind of say, hey, yeah, I'm going to be untamed, I'm going to be uncensored, I'm going to be unbridled, and I'm going to keep coming at you. So that's why I named it that.
All right. Well, mine is Wayne Allyn, Raw and Unfiltered. So same general idea. And they did the same thing to me. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. I can't say 5 words before YouTube takes my show down. And I can't say 5 words before TikTok takes my videos down. My son is a really bright kid, 20 years old, and he puts up all my videos on TikTok. And he was so shocked. He had no idea what goes on in the real world with censorship. From the moment he started putting my videos on TikTok, Josh, every single thing he put up, they were cuts from my TV shows. They're TV shows. If I could say it on TV, how can you ban it on TikTok? They took every one of them down and said they violated community standards. Can you believe these people?
Yeah, I can. I mean, look, I used to have an Amazon Prime show. I was on Roku TV. I had millions upon millions of views. And before the 2020 election, I was thrown off of basically everything at that time. And so I've been living in political purgatory, for the last 5 years, and just now trying to regain my audience. One reason why I wrote the book, Preserving Liberty, again, available at Amazon. We've actually reduced it now to $12.99 if you want the digital copy as well. But I'm really starting to rebuild some of my audience at Real JBU Show on X. So, folks, if you want to follow me there, you can go ahead and do that as well.
All right, so you and I, look, we've had lots of conversations about Trump and about the election and about politics and about the economy. We could talk about anything, but today I see the topics are kind of something close to home for you and I, because you and I are both Jewish. And I'm always shocked by what communists most of my fellow Jews are. I can't stand their politics. I don't understand it. I think they're mentally ill, some of them. They're just nuts. I think I was dropped down the wrong chimney. There's something wrong, because I can't think like them. I don't know how they think the way they do. And obviously, you and I think the same way. We're the exception rather than the rule. But even I did not believe, Josh, yesterday, that the protesters who took over Trump Tower, I assumed they were all Muslims, protesting the Muslim guy who hates Jews and wants to kill Jews, being deported by Trump. I think it's great. They protested. Okay, I got it. A bunch of Muslims. No, it turned out they were all Jews protesting. It's like they're like chickens protesting for Kentucky Fried Chicken. They want to die. Yeah. They want these people. Can you explain how Jews could sit in at Trump Tower and be angry at Trump because he's going to deport a Muslim who doesn't like Jews? Can someone explain this to me?
Yeah, I can actually. For being the, quote, chosen people, we were not chosen to have a lot of common sense. Let me start with that first. But let's get even further. I think part of the reason here, and nobody wants to hear this, and I've been thrown off of other shows, not yours, but I'm just saying other shows that don't like when I say things as a Jew against my own people. And again, I'm a proud Jew, been bar mitzvahed, both parents are Jewish, love my heritage and all that. But it is ridiculous. And I look at it from this standpoint. Jews, American Jews that are not religious, are actually liberals first and Jews second. So in other words, the religion of liberalism and their ideology and radicalness comes first before their actual Judaism. And what's interesting is that many of these people that vote for Democrats and things like that, they live their lives privately and personally as conservatives. And then they go out and they vote for people that are anti-Semitic, so it ends up becoming a suicide vote, and it comes out of Jewish guilt. Being the chosen people, they follow Tikkun Olam, which means to heal the world. So a lot of them are radical from the standpoint of social justice and things like that, from that standpoint of following Tikkun Olam in the Torah, but what they don't understand is it becomes a suicide vote because the people that you're voting for want to see your demise. It's absolutely disgusting. I hate anti-Semitism, but what I am more ferociously upset about are these brainwashed Jewish people running around and supporting somebody that literally wants the end of their people. Look, there's 15, 16 million of us left, right? What, 6.5 million live in the United States, the other 6.5 live in Israel, and the rest of the other 200,000 or whatever it is are scattered around 180 countries around the world. It's not like we're a big, voting bloc and a lot of people anymore. So it's really sick and sad when we see these communist Jews literally voting against their own demise.
Yeah, and you said something interesting that really struck me. You said in their own lives, many of them live kind of conservative lives, and I agree with you. I mean, absolutely. I know so many Jewish people in Las Vegas, where I live, in New York, where I'm from, but I have a lot of Jewish friends in Florida, I have Jewish friends in California, I have Jewish friends in Texas, and most of them are very successful, wealthy, went to college, got straight A's, graduated top of their class, built a business by working 16 hours a day like I do, and I'm sure you do, that every value is the value of a conservative. It makes no sense that they're liberals slash Marxist slash communist slash radical anti-Americans. And in many cases, like Trump says, I wasn't mad at Trump. I loved what Trump said. He said Chuck Schumer's more of a Palestinian than a Jew. What's he ever done for the Jewish people? Nothing. It doesn't make sense.
Well, the only way you could wrap your head around it is the Jews being the chosen people. There's a Jewish internal guilt that they feel for that. And so what they want to do is, because they feel guilty, not all the time, but most of the time, they're in the upper echelon of society. They're the more wealthier, they're the more educated, things like that. And so they feel guilty about that. And so they vote for the quote unquote little guy. But what they don't realize is that voting for the little guy, those people are the most anti-Semitic. So all you're doing is voting for people that want to see your own demise. And again, like I said, I've had other Israelis, I've had Haaretz and many other publications attack me for calling out the truth, which is that 75 to 80% of Jewish Americans vote for the Democrat Party, and the Democrat Party is consistently, over time, especially the last 5 to 10, 15 years, has become more and more anti-Semitic. So when are they going to wake up and realize that if the you-know-what ever hit the proverbial fan, it would not be the Democrats that would be saving the Jews. It would be the evangelical right and the Republicans and the Christians that go out and fight in our wars. And hopefully one day Jewish Americans will wake up and recognize that, Wayne.
And by the way, it's already happening. I mean, in other words, I think the success of Israel is owed to American evangelical Christians. It is not owed to Jews. So many Jews couldn't care less about Israel, or seem like they're more supportive of Palestinians and Hamas than they are of Israel and Netanyahu. It's crazy. But every evangelical I know, Josh, every single Christian evangelical I know loves Israel, loves it like, it seems like more than they love even America. They're just so loving of Israel. So, I mean, if Israel ever needs support, it's going to be Christians that are going to be there for them. It's not going to be Jews. As a matter of fact, every Christian I know knows how to shoot a gun. Most Jews I have no clue how to shoot a gun. So they're never going to defend Israel. You and I will. I know how to shoot a gun. I'm ready to shoot a gun 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm dying for someone to test me. but I'm not your typical Jew.
Let's talk. Me neither. Let's talk about this Mahmoud Khalil. You know, the left is screaming, all these Ivy League idiots, let's call them what they are, they're screaming that this is a free speech issue. This is not a free speech issue. What this is a direct violation of the Naturalization and Immigration Act, and in specific, Section 212, which says if you are a green card holder and you support or adhere to or participate in any type of terroristic activity on any college campus or otherwise, you lose your right to be a citizen and you get deported. It's really that simple.
Love it. And I just wrote that commentary that people who have green cards and people who have visas do not have the same rights as an American citizen. That is not what the Constitution says. Look it up. The Constitution was written for American citizens and American born. It is not about that.
Your Butcher article.
Birthright citizenship.
Your Butcher article, by
Josh,
the way, was amazing.
Thank you, thank you. We're on the way out. I got the music and it's screaming in my ear. Josh Bernstein, jbushow.com. jbushow.com. Josh Bernstein, author of Preserving Liberty. Thank you, Josh. Have a great weekend.